Hey y'all, just Joe here at the homestead, and I just wanted to talk about something and make things really brief. Unfortunately, I have this hair thing going on that's very frustrating, and I can't get it to sit down no matter what I do. That's a little side deterrent and distraction to kind of make things more humorous than they actually are. Okay, so I'm going to make this as quickly as possible, the video. I've got to prepare to go to the hospital. I'm going to probably be in there for a little while. Hopefully they're going to be able to fix some of what's wrong with me. It's not boo-hoo, no crying, no none of that. It's just life. That's what happens when you get older. And especially if you have accidents that are unfortunate. Let's move forward. So I went to this special Marjory Stone Douglas meeting that I was requested to go to by the city of Coral Springs. I'm a little bit confused by that because Parkland is not part of Coral Springs, but from what I understand now, because it's all part of the Broward County City School District, then that's the reason why these kind of meetings happen. So I show up 10 minutes late, unfortunately, because I was thinking that it was at 7:30, but it was a 5:30 meeting. And I basically showed up looking like a hobo with horrible socks, horrible shoes, horrible shorts, horrible shirt, not dissimilar to this one, because I tend to do things on the real. And the very first thing that these, I don't even want to call them people, I want to say creatures, all of their names are right here. The very first thing that these creatures brought up was that they have already discussed things and they put things in a certain order, and if you did not comply, then you would be kicked out of the audience unless you basically did what they told you to do. And there's a video about it, which I'm actually subpoenaing from the county, and it's so embarrassing for them, not for me. I was very confused with the fact that, all right, so we have very important meeting number 4. Everybody's got to be here. From the community, from the city, all across, South Florida, Broward County, come, join us. But basically, your voice did not count at all. And for those people who were in the audience, I would presume about 800 to 900 of you. None of you had a mask on, except me. And I have to wear a mask to try to protect myself from germs from other people. And, but the more important thing was all these little people are sitting up there, which get paid over $2.5 million a year altogether in total. So the superintendent gets paid $300,000. The cheapest one gets paid $60,000. And there's all a total of 11 of them altogether. I'll actually publicize all this information as well as their home addresses as well, so everyone can understand how hypocritical it is that you just did what you did. It's very disturbing to me that they basically forced people and each other. I don't know how all this is panning out or how it's happening. It's very confusing to try to understand. Maybe it might be my head trauma. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I'm very observant and I record everything and then I listen to it later and then I re-record it and then I listen to it again, or I should say re-listen to it again multiple times. But option number 4, we're going to address that first. Option number 3, we're going to do that one next. Option number 2, we're going to do that one next. Option number one, we're going to wait till the end. Okay, I don't know if it sounds ludicrous to you or not, but I thought things were supposed to go in sequential order and not in reverse. Maybe because I hit my head, I'm thinking things that are supposed to be normal aren't. But let's move on to the next thing. So, we're not going to talk about all the specifics of everything. That's the whole reason why all of us are here. We're all here to find out the specifics of everything. No one in that audience stood up. No one backed me up. I looked around and it looked basically like a whole bunch of pawns sitting in seats, holding on to little golden tickets. Technically, they were yellow, so not golden, but holding on to the little tickets, thinking that they were going to be able to do something. So when they said that they were not going to disclose all the information about things, I couldn't help myself. I jumped up like a jack in the box and said, "Hold up. What's going on here?" And luckily, the microphone was right next to me, like 5 feet away. I didn't realize that I was sitting next to the vice mayor, the mayor, and basically most of the other members of the commission and everything else. We happened to all sit together in the same spot, which is kind of a little bit bizarre. Nothing was assigned. But I hopped up and expressed the concern of why can the public not understand or learn or know or get a dossier or something about the specifics that we're all here for? They all ran away and scuttered and cluttered and talked with each other, and I believe the vice mayor agreed with me, but to be honest with you, I don't even know what to expect from who or anybody at this point anymore, besides just I'm trying to fight the fight to help people. Money is not as important. We have to have it, clearly. We have to have money. I have to have money. Part of the reason why I'm moving, because I can't make any. But it's one of those things where if money is more important than people being able to understand or even know about what's going on, there's a really big problem. So that entire conversation, the entire meeting, I should say, with about 800 to 1,000 people sitting in there, basically elbow to elbow, making me feel completely uncomfortable, just not psychologically, but I don't know who's coughing. I don't know who has what disease at this point. And I'm not like, super worried about that stuff. I'm just concerned about trying to focus on not dying. So, but when I asked that question, the response took a little bit of time. It took them a little bit of time to come back with a retort. And it was really insulting. But nobody in the audience backed me up. Nobody agreed with me. Nobody said anything. So this, I don't remember which one, and I'm not going to use negative terms, but it was a female. She said that the community cannot tell them or advise them what to do or how to do their job. Just from one simple question. You told everybody in the room that you're not going to disclose information. And everybody sitting up on that board looking so pretty with all their little name tags and everything else looked great. Not being nasty, just being honest here. So y'all are sitting up there thinking that you're higher than mighty, and you all take a shit the same way that everyone else does. So, does anybody have any opposition to moving forward No. Does everybody agree to it? Yay. Does anybody have anything to say in the community? Yes. And then when somebody comes out from the community who technically happens to work for the entire state of Florida as an advisory committee member for affordable housing, who unfortunately needs affordable housing and they can't find it, and then you shoot that whole thought process down, like you just can't answer the question. It's a very simple question. Give us the information. Freedom of Information Act. It's already done. Go ahead and fix it. Just like I wish I could fix my hair that's sticking out there, but I can't. I just add that for humor and a little bit of levity. But it was the most ridiculous thing that I've ever attended in my entire life. And any city commissioner, mayor, vice mayor, anybody else who was there that was sitting right around me, and none of you did anything to try to help bring out the information. You know what that proves to me? That proves that you are all hiding something. So the school board is hiding something. Well, basically, $2.1 million is how much they get paid altogether. We can all pull that up. And actually, I am going to pull up all that information and disclose it for you, because that's what my Southern exposure does. Points, facts, and tangible evidence to try to hopefully help improve things. Even though I'm sicker than a dog, getting ready to get out of the hospital, not boo-hoo, not crying, not upset, but I got a little fight still left in me, and I'm going to keep trying to do it. I'm going to keep trying to be honest. I'm going to keep trying to be true, and I've learned a lot really recently about not being true to myself and not being truthful with others, because I like to candy coat shit, and that's not something that's healthy mentally. Mentally, I'm good. However, the fact is, when you get struck down like I just did in such a public format, that is not acceptable at all. I mean, if my husband was there or my girlfriends were there that have known me my entire life, all I had to do was calm myself down, breathe, and then I recused myself from the environment because there was actually no apparent reason for me or anybody else in the room to be there. But you all lined up like little, I don't know, domino pieces. You're all lined up. They said, number 1 through 50, go to microphone number 1. Number 51 through 99, go to microphone number 3. And you all did that. Every single one of you did that. And I think that it's really important for you to understand the fact that the lack of your actions means more than what you say out loud. Unless you're going to do something like I try to do. And it's not like I'm a hero or I'm braggart or anything. I'm sitting here in a t-shirt with fucking paint stains on it, trying to cut my lawn even though I can't even walk for very long, or talk or move around or sit or stand or, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I'm trying my best, and luckily my brain, mental state is okay. But at some point we have to figure out who to cut out and who to help. But we also have to not give up. That's the part that's really tricky, is the not giving up part. Because we can't give up. If we give up, then there's going to be a real problem. If we give up in other people. Well, especially ourselves, obviously, but that's like a selfish thing. But if we give up in other people, or the process of the way things are, just because the political system is just so messed up. Ugh. I don't even know how to respond to that at all. I don't. I thought inserting myself into the political process would be helpful, but it hasn't. Not yet. I think my best platform is being honest, creating video content that is germane and forthcoming, informational, hopeful, but also addressing things that are real. So it can't be all, rainbows and pom-poms. Sometimes it's real. And that's what's happening now. It's just Joe being real, which that has not happened before. But I think that it's not about me, it's about trying to help other people, and I can't help other people until I get better. So I don't know what to do at this point, besides just keep trying and hopefully helping inspire other people, which I have gotten a lot of response from people that I haven't heard from in many years. And I never understood how much that I inspired them. And hearing those words, they don't come with money, they just come from that person's heart. So that's a really good thing when they do that. And I think the best thing that we can do is try to all help each other and not be so hurtful. Say a prayer, whatever divinity that you believe in, God, Buddha, Jesus, there's so many different ones out there. I don't even know how to even put it together in proper words to just say that we're all basically the same and need to help support each other in any way that we can. That's what I'm saying. So going to the meeting was very frustrating. I apologize that this took so long for me to get to the end result. 18 minutes, that's ridiculous. Usually I'm 5. It used to be 2 hours, and that was just ludicrous. But at least cut it down a little while. So anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, as well as become a supporter if you are financially possible of doing that. Just Zelle Joseph at mysouthernexposure.site or 954-531-4631 so I can hopefully continue to improve my life, and maybe next time that little piece of hair, my husband will just cut it off or something, because that's really annoying. I think it's the 3rd video that it's just sticking out there, which is kind of humorous and it's also entertaining, but I don't know what's going on back there. Apparently, I should just shave it all off or something, but then I'll look like a maniac, like Britney Spears. No, I'm not going to say the name. That would be disrespectful. But when things get difficult, it's hard for most people, unless they have a good foundation in their brain, even though being damaged in my brain, I know that there's always hope. So I know that I'm going to survive. It's going to be a hot mess until I do. But it's not about me. It's about helping other people first. And that's what I've always done. And that's the thing that makes me the happiest. I wish and pray that I could just be healthy enough to just give money away to people and help them, and no one needs to even know that it came from me. I could just do things like buy somebody a house or a car or a boat, not a house or a car or a boat, but like a house, and feed them and all those kind of things, and they don't have to go through food stamps and applications and processes and all these kind of things, and no one needs to know where it comes from. No one needs to know where the money comes from. And nobody who has access to money should have to feel like they have to remind the person who needs help that it's coming from them. We're supposed to just do it out of the kindness of our heart, not out of obligation, not out of a legal agreement, not out of any of those things. Just be nice. Make it simple. And I mean, no disrespect to anybody who's helped me along the way. And clearly, I need a lot more help. And it's not about me, but technically, right now, I guess it is. I need a lot of help physically. And there's a lot of things. I know I might look really good. I mean, clearly, I look really good. But inside, there's a lot of damage that was done from an accident. And that has created a lot of problems that were delayed, which I'm confused by that. But it's reality. So I got to figure out a workaround, so to speak. Anyways, so nice to talk with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and if you want to be listed in the credits on the next show, go ahead and Zelle a little bit of money, and it's going to go to a good cause. Anything counts at this point, and a lot of times we give things away, and I do it before I even think about it, just stupidly. Not stupidly. It comes from a good spot, but if you want to, go ahead and Zelle and share, like, and subscribe. And I guess we'll see you next time. Or I should say, I'll see you next time. Because this is Just Joe. Just Joe. Nothing fancy. Not Gay Joe from the radio. Oh, did I actually say that out loud? That's a long time ago that I had that moniker. But now it's different. It's Just Joe. So, we'll see you soon. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're having a good day.